So I've gone out and bought the best, cheapest car I could find, which was this Volkswagen Bora from 2004 1.9 TDI for just £225. I then set myself a challenge to go out and buy the best possible version of that car. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually find any 1.9 diesel Boras for sale at the time, but I bought the next best thing, which was a Mark IV Golf from the same era, and this was £4,000. So this was the best possible version of this car that I could find at the time, and we are going to compare both these cars to find out why one's worth £4,000 and why one's only worth £225. Now, to give you another example, I've gone onto Auto Trader and I found a pair of Golf R Mark 7.5s from 2017 and 2018. Now, this black one here is at the top end of the market at just under £24,000. It's done just under 60,000 miles. It's only had one owner from new, a full comprehensive service history, and the pictures look really good. The car looks really nice and it has a half decent spec. But as I said, it's at the top end, just under £24,000. Now, on the flip side, one of the cheapest ones I could find, like for like car, was £10,000 less, which is nearly 50% less. Now, don't get me wrong, it's done slightly more mileage and it's 1 year older, but it's had 8 owners, but it still has a full service history and 4 new tyres. Pictures don't look as good and the wheels are a bit tatty, so you could argue that it might not be as well cared for based off the price as well. So what camp are you in? Let me know in the comments. Would you pay £10,000 more to have the best one, presuming it's in better condition, or would you go for the cheaper one and hope that you could fix it up a little bit and it would be okay? Are we just assuming that because it's really expensive and it looks good, it means that the engine's good, reliable, the gearbox is good, the suspension components are good? Or are we paying less money for the cheaper car because we assume that the engine isn't going to be as good or reliable? Now that is the question. So in this video here, I'm going to use my Golf for my Bora and put that theory to the test and find out whether the Bora's engine, suspension, components, gearbox are any worse than the Golf's just because it cost a fraction of the price. Oh, and by the way, at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving away the Golf for free on Compete for Cars. I'm going to talk to you more about it at the end of this video, and the links are going to be in the description. So about the Bora, it is a 1.9 TDI PD. This is actually a 150 horsepower one. So anyone that knows about Volkswagen, it's quite a rare output. It was from a salvage auction because it's been crash damaged. Very minor, but I will show you that in a moment. As I said, it costs £225. It does run and drive. It's got full leather interior. It's got an armrest. It's the Highline as well, so it's got the top spec. And we are going to find out what is exactly wrong with this. Again, complete blind purchase, so I haven't been able to inspect the car. It's dirty, it's got parts missing, but I'm just interested to find out, just because it costs £225, does it make it any worse car than the Mark IV Golf that costs £4,000? Does it drive the same? Is the engine worse? And on the flip side, we have a Mark IV Golf. Now, I bought this from Auto Trader from a person that's had it for the last 20 years, been really well looked after. I got 2 keys, it's HPI clear, I got a stack of history. It's only done 127,000 miles. The Bora, just under 200,000 miles. But this is a PD19 130 horsepower engine. So it's actually probably the sweet spot, because I know the 150s do suffer with camshaft problems. So the 130 is actually considered probably the better engine. But again, it's a full leather interior, heated, no armrest though, and it's not a Highline display either. So it is the best possible version I could find. For all those reasons I've just explained there. So we're going to find out. We're going to get them both in the workshop, up on the ramp, just to have a look at the condition of the car, condition of the engines. We'll do fault checks as well, and we'll drive them out on the road. So this is the reason that it was sold at a salvage auction. It's just got a minor, I mean, I say minor, it is quite minor. The door absolutely works fine. It's not gone really into the sill that badly. That can quite easily be cut out, new bit welded in and repaired fairly comfortably. It obviously hasn't altered the chassis or anything like that. I do have the wheel in the boot, if it works. Yes, it does. There we go, wheel in the boot. I just need to buy a new tyre, which I have already bought for about 30 quid part used. Now, if we just go around the car, otherwise it's in pretty good condition. The wheels obviously need a refurb. We have a full plastic rear bumper. And it's not actually got any, obviously it's dirty, but it's not really damaged other than that. I do have a bonnet lock issue, i.e. it's absolutely knackered, it doesn't shut. I have got a new one of those, so we'll be fitting that, because we can't drive it down the road like that. But otherwise, obviously you can have a bit of rust here, look. Wheel arches are pretty good. It's actually in really good condition. We do have a scratch there though. And on the interior, it's what you'd expect for a 200,000 mile car. bit of wear to the bolsters there. We do have a center armrest. Now, it's filthy, but if we just jump in, it didn't actually come with a radio. That was just a blank space. I have actually bought a radio. It was nearly the same value of the car, about 160 quid, but it just obviously clicks in there nicely. It's got Apple CarPlay as well, and I've just got all the bits on the seat. It also didn't have this trim here. Again, just bought one off eBay for a tenner, and that will just clip into there once I'm happy with the setup of the radio. But we can see that the mileage, 199,228. And the glove box is broken. The hinge needs replacing there as well, if you're that bothered. And then we move over to the Mark IV Golf, and yeah, you can kind of tell where your money's going on this. It's really clean interior, full leather in really good condition. Now we pop in, we have our 2 keys down here. Oh, sorry, it's 137,000 miles it's done. Original factory radio. Again, nice and clean in here, glove box works, and we have an absolute stack of history with this car as well, which I'm guessing is part of the reason it costs so much, and that is full to the brim of history. And again, we have heated seats here as well, but not the Highline display. Now, I'd actually be really interested to know, let me know in the comments, what is the reason that you would buy the top end of a particular car versus the bottom end? Is it because it might have better service history, it might have low owners, it looks like it's got in good condition on the exterior, or are you just assuming because all of those things are good, it means that the engine mechanically must be good and the underside of the car must be good? Because let's be honest, they are the 2 main things you should be concerned about when buying a car, is to really know, if that engine any good? Is the suspension, components, brakes, or the underside, is it any good either? And the Mark IV Golf is where we are going to start. We are going to fire up. Beautiful. Absolutely love Mark IV Golfs. And we're going to get her into the workshop, get her on the ramp, and have a good look over it, and see what we're getting for our £4,000. Just shut the door because I ain't got any hands. Oh, she's speedy. So horn works, windscreen washers absolutely beautiful. Indicator, fog lights, side lights, 2 number plate lights, yep. Side repeater, side light, fog light, headlight, indicator, side light, fog light, indicator, headlight. Perfect. Full beam. Where is it? Yep. The only thing I can't test is the brake lights. I've set my static camera to check the brake lights, so I don't know if they work, but you will. I'm sure they'll be fine. So let's get the Golf up onto the ramp and into the air and check around the midsection and the underside. And we're going to start off by just looking around the midsection, so brake, suspension, everything I can see at this height level. Rear discs look good, pads look good, look like they've only just been changed. Just check wheel bearing, and play. All good. Onto the offside rear, same deal obviously with the brakes and pads. Wheel bearing, good. Nothing to see here. Now we've got near side front. Again, pads and discs look fairly new. Now also checking steering as well. Actually there's a little bit of play. Can you hear that? But I don't know if that's ball joint. We'll have a look when it's in the air. But springs look good, nothing there. And then last up, offside front. Yep, all good. I think that's rack play, nothing there, fine that one. Springs all good. Brakes, again, all good. And then to the underside, we have an under tray which is hanging down. I don't think it's broken as such. I think there's just a screw missing there. So we can sort that out. Looks like there's a bit of grease escaping there, but I can't see, just spin the wheel. Can't see any splits or anything, so I'd be inclined just to clean it up a little bit because it's not too bad at all. Near side front's fine. And just looking around, no oil leaks at all from the gearbox or engine. Just looking there, look, it is beautifully clean. Just astounding. I mean, a bit of a dodgy weld on the exhaust, but it seems to be good. I can't see any signs of a leak or any blow-by, so that's fine. And then just going down. Rear axle, again, no leaks on the shocks, springs in good nick, and very, very minimal rust. Now, this is a 23-year-old car, and it is in remarkable condition for its age underneath. Now, I don't know if this has been garaged, but it's in very, very good condition. I've seen 5-year-old cars that look way worse than this. Really, really nice. So, yeah, the only thing to note, bolt in that under tray screw, clean up that CV boot there, and yeah, this is absolutely fine underneath. Just need to have a quick look at that little bit of play. I don't think it would be a fail. If I used to be an MOT tester many, many moons ago, I'd have put that down as an advisory personally, but I'll have a quick look. I'm not 100% whether it's the joint or just the rack, if I'm honest. I can't really tell. It looks all right, so it could just be a little bit of play in the rack, but yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned about that, to be honest. And just looking at all the tyres as well, little bit of cracking on the rear tyres, probably due to how long they've been on the car, but nothing really major at all. Rear tyres, I'm going to say that's about 5.5 mil, and the fronts are, to be fair, bit better condition, not cracking, and yeah, similar, 5 or 6, well, probably 6 mil on the front. So with the car now back on the ground, I'm just going to make sure all the doors open fine. Yep. Beautiful. Oh, there's my straps. I wonder where they were. Yep. Yep. Lovely. So far the Golf Mark IV is definitely living up to its £4,000 price tag, but does it drive all right? So let's take it on the road. Let's see what the old Mark IV Golf's like. So obviously she's cold, so I'm not going to boot it, but I just want to make sure it drives in a straight line, which I can confirm it does. Make sure all the gears work, make sure it pulls okay, make sure there's no funny noises, no boost leaks. And there you go, straight up to 60, no bother whatsoever. Steering wheel's not shaking, no undue noises. Just gonna go down to the roundabout, turn around, come back. I'll give it a little pull on the way back, but I genuinely think Mark IV Golf 19 PD 130 or 150 is my all-time favourite car, just because it is so good at what it does, and I feel like it is the pinnacle of German engineering before they went and started using cheap, nasty stuff to put everywhere. It just feels solid, it feels well made, it just doesn't feel plasticky, and they've stood the test of time as well. 23 years old, and it's perfect. Right, little third gear pull. Nothing too major. Fourth gear pull. Lovely. I'd much rather this over 99% of cars. And to top it off, look, average MPG, 54 miles to the gallon. What more do you want? So that is the Mark IV Golf done, and so far it has completely lived up to its £4,000 price tag. The assumption that it is a decent car by paying top money for it, yeah, it's correct. As it stands, that the car is immaculate, it's perfect underneath, drives really well, really, really solid car. So now we're going to move on to the £225 Bora, and well, let's just assume it's crap, it doesn't drive very well, and it's useless underneath because of the price I paid for it. And I know we're going to have a problem straight away. I'm not even going to bother getting in it, because there we go. Problem numero uno, straight away living up to its name. We need El Gemp Paco. And also our bonnet latch we need to replace as well. I do have another one, we shall be doing that, but first of all, let's get it jumped and into the workshop. So we are going to be adding up the cost of obviously what we've got to spend to get it to a respectable condition, i.e. MOT'd. Let's just give that a start. Beautiful. Now I'm going to tell you straight away, it sounds a lot throatier than the other one. So I'm going to assume some sort of exhaust leakage. But let's get her into the workshop and find out. Now I'm going to have to leave it running for this part because obviously battery flat, but washers, yeah, part of the left one's a bit blocked, but just needs a little bit of a clear out, not too bad. Lights, oh, we've got some LED lights, fancy. So side lights, fog lights, indicators, all good. Number plate lights, all good. Blacked out side repeater, but still okay. LED headlights working, side light working, indicator, and the same this side. Side repeater, all good. I think I saw full beam working. Yep, full beam's working, all good. And again, I'll let you see the brake light. And last thing, I'm just going to test all the doors before we turn the car off. Beautiful. To be fair, that is a solid start. So we're actually already off to a better start because we've got Conti tyres which are on about 7mm of tread, so better than the Mark IV. Torch. Discs are a little bit rustier, pads are a lot less, but there's still about 6mm on them. But I guess this has probably been sat around for a while, coming from a salvage auction. And obviously we've got our space saver on here, which tyres good. I do have the other wheel in the boot, which is fine, and I have bought a Conti part worn tyre, which is also 7mm to match the rest. But again, brakes a little bit more on this side, probably about 8mm. Again, this is just a little bit rusty, but still fine. Otherwise, hunky-dory. So offside front, it looks like here actually. Put a picture up now, but we've got a brand new spring and a brand new shock absorber. So that is a turn up for the books. Again, tyres, Conti, a little bit less tread, 4mm. No play. All beings all good. Discs have got a bit of a lip on them, not horrendous. Again, just a bit corroded. Pads about 10mm. And then last up, near side front. Again, we've got a brand new spring and a brand new shock, so we're doing all right. Again, Conti tyre, 4mm tread. Exactly the same as the other side, 10mm on the pads. Discs a bit corroded, but okay. And we don't have any play in our steering rack, so it's looking good so far. Do have a broken wheel arch liner though. Off we go. I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw a massive spanner in the works with our assumptions of the price of the car versus the condition, because this has got a lot of new parts on it. Now, let's just go down to the front, because we've got a brand new subframe, brand new wishbones, brand new shock absorber springs, brand new drop links, brand new anti-roll bar, the works. This has a lot of new stuff on it. We have a slightly weeping sump, but that is usually pretty standard. The Golf Mark IV not having anything is actually quite rare, but it doesn't look visibly leaking, so I'm happy with that. No damaged under trays. I don't know if it's been cut out or it's just like that, to be honest. But yeah, everything under here is brand new, apart from the drive shafts, but we have no leaking out of CV boots, and we are in very, very good condition under here. I have found a problem with the exhaust. I did say I think it was blowing, and yeah, it's actually very similar to the Mark IV Golf. There's a badly welded in pipe, but on this one, it's knackered here, and you can see it's just got various holes in it, so it needs replacing. So that would be our blowing noise I thought I could hear. And on the rear axle, it's hard to tell because it's very dirty, but it's not quite as good as condition as the Golf, purely probably because of the dirt, but it's not far behind, I'll be honest. It's all right. Signs of a possible leaking rear damper. I am going to check that, but it doesn't look wet from here. It just looks like it has been in the past. And I've also noticed our exhaust broken here, look. So ideally it just needs a new exhaust from the cat back, but otherwise, yeah, it's absolutely fine under here as well. No rust, all good. And a massive turnout for the books there with that all new front suspension. So far it doesn't look like more means more. It's looking like probably take a massive gamble on a cheap car and hope that it's got a full new subframe and suspension on it, because that is what we've got with the Bora. And overall, I'd probably say it's in better condition than the Golf Mark IV, because obviously all the new stuff, and it doesn't have any play in the steering rack there, but it does obviously need a new exhaust. Now, before we can take the Bora down the road, first of all, we obviously need to change this bonnet latch. To do that, we need to pop this grille out, lift her up, pop this up. There we go. Get rid of that because we don't need that. A couple of bolts and that should be nice and easy to change. T30. So that's the sensor refitted there and just cable tied back in. So now I can just feed this back under here. Just want to connect up my cable. Done. Just check the oil level, coolant level's good. Let's go. Right, let's take the old Bora for a little spin. Right, so I'm just going to do the exact same thing as I did with the Golf. So shut the window. And there we go, straight up to 60. I would say no different to the Golf, except I can hear a little bit more turbo whistle, turbo chatter. It has done 70,000 miles more. I don't know how many miles the turbo's done. It could be an original, could not be, I don't know. But it pulls okay. No black smoke, no smoke at all out the exhaust. It is going in a straight line. It's not pulling. I can't hear any knocks and bangs. It sounds good. Sounds absolutely fine. It's weird to think, because 199,000 miles, it sounds like a lot, but for a 1.9 PD, it's absolutely fine. I wouldn't be concerned at any mileage on one of these, if I'm honest. Gearbox feels good. Let's just go around here and do a little pull. I'll do a little pull up the hill, drop it a third. Yeah, it feels fine. Yeah, it feels right. I don't know if it feels as quick as the Golf. I'm not 100%. It's hard to tell because I'm stuck behind a truck, so I can't pull as hard. It seems all right. Nothing wrong with it, put it that way. Drives absolutely spot on. So, nah, it is spot on. Absolutely fine. No different to the Mark IV, just a little bit more turbo chatter, that's all. And I've just read the codes of the Bora, tested the aircon as well. The aircon is ice cold, so we've just got 4 faults in engine management, so let's have a look at that. ECM disabled, so that's not great, but I'm hoping these are probably just old faults. It doesn't tell me if they are active or not, so I'm just going to clear them because there's clearly no faults at the minute. So assuming they're just old codes, so we'll come back out of it. Combination comfort data bus in single wire mode. Could be something to do with it could be something to do with the fact that it's got no radio and I've taken the radio out.
Everything else works though, so I'm not. Left park assist sensors, short circuit. Yeah, I don't think they're working. Again, not too bothered. Right, I'm just going to clear DTCs and start again because we don't know how long these have been here for. So I've just gone back in, I've rerun the test, and there's absolutely no codes on the car whatsoever now. So as I said, it seems to be running fine, everything seems to be working, so I'll just keep an eye on it, to be honest, because I'm not selling it anyway, so nothing needs attention. I'm just going to go back into it and just double check engine. Yeah, there's no fault codes, so they could all just be historic codes, but nothing seems to be an issue at the minute. Right, so now I moved over to the Golf to have a look at the codes, and the aircon doesn't work in this, by the way. AC pressure switch, airflow flap faulty, so it probably needs a regas, radio, front speakers open circuit. Let me just try that. Yep, front speakers don't work. And no adjustment. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing else on the engine side of things. Everything else is there is good. So again, I'm going to clear those. That I'm going to come back with some issues though, so I'm not going to have a clean bill of health because aircon's going to have an issue, and so is the radio. And I've rerun it, and yeah, we've just got the one radio fault for the front speakers not working. But the aircon wasn't working, so that does need a regas. Right, so now I'm just taking the old exhaust down, and I've already made a cut here just before where the hole was in the exhaust, and I've had to make another cut here to actually get this system off, because it's a kind of a one-piece system, so you have to cut here. I should have cut enough. Oh, actually, maybe not. There we go. That should work. And the new one comes with a pre-cut in it, so we can just guide it in and round. He says. Apparently not. Again, the persuading stick. And as you can see here, look, I've cut an old piece of the good exhaust out here, which I've pushed back into the sleeve. I've now clamped that up, and now I've got just a perfect gap here, which is both 55mm, and I've just ordered a 55mm clamp that's just going to go over these two, and that'll be here in sort of 20 minutes, along with a battery. So that'll be exhaust done, fit the battery, and yeah, she'll be good for MOT. So that's the exhaust all now fitted. I've just got my 55mm clamp and put that in position, and now we are all completely solid. And give it a wobble, nothing hitting anywhere, so exhaust done. So I've got my crashed wheel with my damaged tyre here, and I've got my used, although 7mm Conti, so I can match the rest of the tyres. So now I'm just going to put this onto here, put this back on the car, and put the spare wheel back in the boot. There we go, one new tyre. So, new battery fitted, wheel on, exhaust done. Let's see what she sounds like. There we go, much better. Sounds like the Golf now as well.
So let's just get her outside, and I think we'll have a bit of an evaluation. So I've got down on my whiteboard here the cost of everything, and weirdly enough, the most expensive thing on my list here is £245, which was the fees for the car at Copart. Amazingly, the fees actually cost more than the car. But if we add up the car, the fees, the battery we're gonna put on, the lock for the bonnet, the tyre, the repair, I've put 100 quid down for the repair on the metal bit on the offside rear. £30 for the radio, I put a more expensive one in, but I could have got a standard one for 30 quid. And £145 for the exhaust. It gives us a total of £878.50, and that will be 12 months MOT for the Bora. And on the flip side, we have the Golf at £4,000, and I've put an AC service in, £100 to have a look at the speaker problem, and that is a total of £4,170. So I've just given both cars a wash, and I'm sure we can agree that the Bora is looking 10 times better and a little bit more comparable looks-wise to the Golf. So what is the conclusion of this test? Well, obviously I've gone out and bought the cheapest car I could find, this little £225 Bora, on the assumption that the engine's gonna be crap, the gearbox is crap, the suspension's crap, it's not gonna pass MOT, and it's just gonna be all-round rubbish. Now, it turns out it's actually been far from that, and it's got brand new suspension brakes, subframe, engine strong, gearbox is good. We've had to spend less than £700 to get this where it's gonna pass MOT with probably one advisory, maybe a bit of rust or the seal's been repaired, I don't know. But ultimately, it's a great car, it drives perfectly, and it is well worth the £878 price tag that it now owes me. And on the flip side, we've got the £4,000 Golf, and that is probably exactly as you thought it was going to be. We've paid top money for a Golf, and it is a really good, perfect car, just needs an aircon service and the front speakers to work. So I guess the point of this test is, it's just down to luck, and it's just a risk. You could go out and buy this car, and it could have been an absolute heap of crap, and I could have sent it to the scrapyard. Ultimately, that hasn't happened, and that is down to luck, nothing else. So I guess spending £4,000 on a Golf reduces the risk of it being crap because it's expensive, therefore it's been well looked after, someone's priced it because it is a good car. So ultimately, in my opinion, you're paying the top money for the car because overall it's a less risk of it being a problematic car down the road. But me, I'm more of a risk taker, so I'm taking the Bora all day long. But now it's time for one of you guys to actually win the Golf for free. So yes, the Mark IV Golf is now live on Compete for Cars, and you can win this car for free. All you need to do is click the link in the description, takes you over to Compete for Cars, you add one ticket to your basket, use discount code GOLF at the checkout, and that will give you the value of one ticket off at checkout. And you can also buy additional tickets as well at 99p each. Now, I'd love to keep the Golf, but I am going to keep the Bora. I've just spent some money on it, and I want to run it for a while. We're going to use it as a pool car to go pick up cars, and I want to see if it stands the test of time, see if it does have any issues over the next year or so, to see if it was really worth that £800 price tag or if it's going to be problematic. But one of you guys can win this Golf Mark IV. As I said, one of my all-time favourite cars. Thank you. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if you agree with me, and would you be buying the Golf or would you have bought the Bora? Cheers guys.